I had a question about the dating of the book of Job. We often associate it with some period around the Psalms and Proverbs because it's in that section of our Bibles. But a lot of people have opened up commentaries and seen that the dating of Job is much later. Much earlier in the time of the patriarchs, about 2000 BC. There are several reasons for that. One is the way that Job operates as the patriarch of his family, sacrificing animals. Those are the kinds of things we see prior to the Mosaic Law. Plus, there's no mention of the Mosaic Law in all of his responses, either to his kids in the very end of the book, giving his daughters an inheritance, whether it's doing the sacrifices instead of the Levitical priesthood. Job's age is another factor. He lives to be 140 years. He lives 140 years past all the events in the first 40 chapters of the book of Job, putting his age somewhere around 200, 210. That's much older. Those are the kinds of ages that came post-flood, around the time of Abraham and Isaac and Jacob. The words that are used for money, kashida is a word that is not found anywhere else except for in the book of Genesis, and I think also Joshua, pointing back to the time of Jacob. The word used for God is a unique word that's found in the patriarchal period. The Sabaeans, the Chaldeans, these tribes, these nomads from chapter 1 that come in and take his livestock, those are all associated with the early part of the history of Israel, the book of Genesis. These are the tribes that we see early on, prior to the monarchy or the time of David and Solomon. There's so many things in the book that point to an early date. As one professor said, a Hebrew professor that I had, said that there is perhaps a case to be made that the writing of the book came during the golden literary age, which was the period of the middle monarchy of David and Solomon. But the story itself is a story that is clearly, with all of the references and all the clues that we find in the book of Job, was something that took place prior to the Mosaic Law, the giving of the law in 1445, 1444 BC. So this is an old story, either written when it took place, soon after it took place, or written maybe during the period of the kings of the Old Testament, but probably situated historically in the time of the patriarchal period. And those are the reasons that, if you do read some of the footnotes or in your study Bible, we're going to put this book in its historical setting long before we might expect.